everybody.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Well, let's start the insanity.
All right, folks. I always try to start off the opening with a reflection on things. I don't understand why people have to be in your business. Well, I do understand why people have to be in your business, but whenever there's something on your car or your bumper sticker, I don't understand why people have to let you know that they don't like that, especially if it's like a non-violent thing. I mean, I don't say anything when people have bumper stickers that say, like, nuke the whales or something. But if you have something just nice and your own thing, people still have to let you know they don't like it. I don't know why that is. I'll explain. Plus a bunch of other stuff. And hopefully Randy's got stuff. And all that maybe on the Weekly Ec right now. Welcome to the Weekly Act for Friday, October 26, 2018. I'm Mac with Randy.
Hello.
He's back again for now. No. I noticed that we broke our streak. I know we didn't do one last week, but for the last, at least the ones you've been on, we've done them every month on the 11th or 12th. We were exactly...
Have we really?
We were exactly monthly.
Oh,
monthly as a woman's menstruation.
Wow.
And
I hadn't
only
even realized.
half as fun as that.
Oh, only half as fun.
Only half as fun.
If you're into that sort of thing.
So it's more fun. It's almost more fun to have for the ladies to have that than listen to this show.
You're really building yourself up
right?
here.
But you don't have any. You don't care about ladies.
Correct.
Well, in a certain way.
Not
you care
in
about
that
them as
way.
humans, I guess. But
I hope they don't suffer too much through their periods.
yes,
I suppose.
Well, the thing I was mentioning in the open was I have a Beto sticker. So the Senate race in Texas between this is just for, I know you know what I'm talking about, but Beto and Ted Cruz,
Zodiac killer.
Yeah, right. His father helped murder JFK and all that, and now Trump's down here campaigning for him. Go figure. But anyway, so I was just driving around this past weekend, and you can always tell when someone wants to say something or like wants you to look at them while you're driving and they're driving. And it was this middle-aged guy in a Corvette, so he probably has a small penis. But he kept speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down. I'm like, what the hell? And it's either that sticker, my Beto O'Rourke sticker, or my Coexist sticker. And he just did this, thumbs down. I'm like, oh, wow. I'm glad you had to get my attention for that.
Could it be that you're just a really shitty driver and he wanted to let you know?
Maybe. Maybe he hates Honda Civics. It could be that.
Good. He hates poor people.
Could be.
Because you know what? Corvette may signify a small penis, but it also signifies a relatively large bank account. And if you'll pay off my student loans, I don't care who you vote for.
Or what?
I mean, like
packing, right?
I do, but I'll keep it to myself at least until my loans are paid off, and then I'll tell you how I feel.
Okay. Good.
Because I am a liberal, I am a progressive, but first and foremost, I am broke.
No, it had to be one of the stickers, right?
I mean, probably.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't in front of him the whole time, so I don't think I didn't cut him off. I didn't drive too slow. He was never behind me. He was always beside me. Because I noticed his Corvette because it was do you know anything about cars?
I know what a Corvette is.
Well, I know, but it has 4 wheels and it's fast.
I drove one here.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a Z06, and that's like one of the
Oh yeah, you lost me.
Okay, right. It's like a Camaro SS. You know how those are like a higher version of it. Yeah. So Z06 is like that. And I noticed it anyway, and then after that, after he gave me the thumbs down, he just kept going. And then he would slow down and speed up and I know he wanted me to look at him again, but I was like, who I see those bumper stickers that say exist made out of guns. Like the letters are made out of guns.
I have never seen one of those.
Right?
Fuck those guys.
I know, but I don't say anything. Like it's not. I don't care. I mean, they're. I'm like, that's awful, but they can have it on their car.
That when you show me that, then I do believe you have a small penis.
The exist one?
Oh yeah, if it's made out of guns,
yeah.
then yeah.
Because the coexist one is made out of like different religious symbols and stuff.
I have that on my license plate, not because I wanted it, but because my mom gave it to me and she expects me to put it on.
And you don't really like all the people.
I kind of hate.
You just
all
crossed
of them.
out the others and left the Star of David.
Exactly.
Right? It's all. It's a
There
coexist made out of stars of David's.
Yeah. However
stars
you can.
of David.
However you can do that.
David's stars.
David Star.
David.
That's going to be my
That's
new
your alien?
name. That's going to be my new name. David Star.
That could be a Jewish name.
That could be my stage name.
Yeah, David Star.
Or maybe
and
like
when you become a star.
exactly.
Here.
It could be like David Star, and then like add on like that could be the first and middle name, and then add on like an extremely Jewish last name,
Rosenstein or what? I don't know.
David Star Rosenstein.
David Star, man.
David
you're
Star
super
Franken.
Jewish. Yeah. Poor Al Franken. Well, it's
it's complicated.
It is complicated. That's what his Facebook profile says. Under work.
He's definitely not in a relationship.
Exactly. But I don't know. I think that was all I had to say about that. But it fits in perfectly because Monday was the first day of early voting. I hope you voted.
I did. Did you?
Good. I voted that first day.
There you go. I believe I voted on Tuesday or Wednesday.
You're kind of low talking here.
I think I voted on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Sorry. Hang on.
La 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 la.
Sorry, the mixer's got a little dust in it. I need to.
Why are your shit so dusty?
I'm sorry, because I don't use it that much.
Dust your shit off.
That can be applied to anything about me, actually.
Just
Bingo!
being
Stop
dusty?
it, buddy. Stop. Bingo the dog.
It's dusty. Your dog's loud. There are flies everywhere.
I know. Sorry,
It's poorly lit.
It's not an idea. I know. It's just the one. The one lonely light above the table.
Going to my trailer.
All right. Well, you can if you want to. But why do we have these lights?
I was mostly just making a joke.
Okay.
I like the mood lighting.
All right, it's very romantic.
Oh, you.
I'm sorry. Now you're uncomfortable. I'm sorry.
How much money's in your bank account, Daddy?
No, not enough.
Not enough.
Nope.
You can't afford me.
Nope. No. Clearly, you're high class. Bitch.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
You've seen my $11 sports watch from Walmart.
Well, no, just because you don't have nice things doesn't mean you can't also be,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's why I have to be high class, because I can't afford those things
Right,
on my own.
You have to, exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, good. I'm glad you voted.
Yeah.
Well, it was my birthday present to me because Monday was my birthday. So it was easy to remember, and then I got a free sticker.
Happy birthday.
Well, thanks.
You're right on the cusp of Libra and Sagittarius, and Libra and Scorpio.
Scorpio, yeah. Because my mom and brother were November birthdays, so they're Scorpios.
Got you. As am I.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
I guess it depends. I don't know. Isn't there another version of the calendar where
I don't go by that shit.
Well, but there is, right? There's like
because they added a new sign
Mm-hmm.
like recently. I couldn't tell you when, but and it allegedly like throws off a bunch of the signs.
Right. There's
but I
one
don't believe
where
in that shit.
Right. There's one where I am a Scorpio, I guess, whatever that one is.
Okay.
Yeah, but I always say Libra. I don't know why.
You are Libra.
Because Libra's I don't know what it is. It's not is it an animal? What's a Libra? And Taurus is a bull. Scorpio is obviously a
scorpion. You know
what? Cancer's a crab.
Cancer's a crab. Capricorn is like the goat fish.
I guess I could look it up. I have
Gemini
this
is
computer.
Gemini is I think the twins.
Really?
Pisces. Fuck Pisces. I don't
Whatever that is.
I don't fucks with Pisces.
Wow.
I had a conversation. Wow. I have a friend who's having a baby, and she said when she was thinking about names, she didn't realize how many people she hated until she started going through baby names. She was like, Brittany? No, fuck Brittany.
Right.
Jessica? Fuck Jessica. But I'm the same way with signs. So if someone like really fucked me over,
you would not want to.
No, then I don't fucks with those signs.
Oh, well, there
so
you
like
go.
my ex is a Pisces,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't fucks with Pisces for that very reason.
I guess it's air.
Libra?
Element. So I don't know. So all.
I mean, it's an air sign.
Air sign. Venus is the planet.
Oh, it's the scale. Libra is the scale.
Okay, so it's just I'm an inanimate object.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's about
fitting.
right. Yeah. Oh, that's right. It says it right there. Balance scales.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I mean, you are an.
That's
air
all
sign.
for us. Good night.
Yeah.
We just wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, astrological sign 101.
Yeah. So what else? We both voted. Good.
You voted. Who did you vote for?
I can't tell you that.
No.
Well, obviously, who do you think I voted for?
I mean, I'll tell you who I voted for.
Well, if I have a Beto bumper sticker.
Oh, because I voted for Ross Perot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wrote in Ralph Nader.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Just wasted my vote.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily vote blue all the way down, but for the two big ones, the governor and the Senate, I did.
I did too. There were a lot of like the local elections where I just didn't know.
Well, some of them you didn't have a choice because a lot of them are running unopposed.
Exactly.
So you just had to.
So if it was for a local election where it was one person, I just didn't cast a vote. Or if it was between two people that were like Republican and libertarian, I didn't vote because one,
liberty.
I don't know either of these people anyway.
Yeah.
But just by default, I don't trust libertarians.
I feel like libertarians speak that way. Like they speak like 1776. I don't know why.
Libertarian.
I feel like they're just in powdered wigs.
The only thing that I can gather from you if you say you're a libertarian is that like you like to smoke weed but you still hate poor people. Like I just
okay. Okay. It's all right. It's all right. You're okay. We're okay. You're all right. This is a safe space. It's fine.
I need a safe space.
Right. Well, good. I'm glad we did our civic duty.
Yes. I voted for Beto, obviously.
Good. Very good. You didn't vote for that old woman looking. That's not fair. I shouldn't make fun of his appearance. That has nothing to do with his inability to govern.
But he is not the most attractive man, and Beto is daddy. He is daddy AF.
Oh, God.
I know.
Now
and
you're
I
making
know
me uncomfortable.
And the thing is, like, I mean, I thought the same thing about Mitt Romney. I thought, and Paul Ryan, they're both very attractive men. I would have never voted for him. I just wanted them to, like, whisper sweet nothings into my ear.
Okay. Well, that's, I mean, some people vote for people for a lot less than that. So, I mean,
that's true.
So, you know,
I can separate my my dick from my heart.
Oh, well, good. I feel like I need to isolate that.
Beto has both.
I need to isolate that and play it at random times.
There you go.
We used to do those return because we used to take a break in the middle of the show and make sure we had stuff to talk about in the second half. And then when we come back, we'd play like a lot of radio shows do, where you come back and they say who's on the show and they play things out of context and stuff.
Oh,
that'd be perfect for that.
Yeah,
if we ever start doing that again,
I can separate my dick from my heart.
That'll be your after announce your name, and then it'll just be that.
I'm sure where things have never been said.
On Kid Craddock, they used to say "save that." I just had to put in a Kid Craddock.
Save that.
Yeah. So that producer, we don't have I mean, I'm the producer, I guess. So if I say "save that," I'm saying it to myself. So I'm not telling somebody else. Anyway, but
seeing as how this is my fourth show, can I start getting some of that sweet like revenue?
We don't make any money off of this show.
The ads that we do.
What are you talking about? Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. We will probably be having ads because somebody emailed me from Dynamo. I don't know, and they want us to see if we want to do pre and post roll ads. So
we're gonna be making some.
Well, I mean, if we make more than a few cents, I'll split it with you.
Sounds good.
Right. So we'll see. I still got to figure out how to add it, but just so you guys know, it's not whoever's listening. Oh, and also I had some. One thing at a time. It won't be obtrusive. Like I said, like before the show and after the show, it'll be an ad. So
we won't take a break for ads in the middle.
No. Or like on YouTube where it just here's a fucking ad in your face, like
out of nowhere.
It's getting worse and worse. Like every couple of minutes, I watched a video, and I mean, I feel like the content creators like probably have a say in that. I think, don't they? How many ads roll during
I don't know.
Because I mean, the other day I was watching a video. It was like a 10-minute video, like it was a review of something, and like every minute it was an ad, and sometimes it's in, like maybe one at the beginning, in the middle, and the end or something, unless it's a really really long video. But anyway, so if that works out, then we'll have ads. And also, it showed I did submit our show because you have to get approved and everything, and it gives you also what's it called? Not semantics, analytics.
Yeah, I know
like
what you
where
mean.
things are being listened to. And apparently we have a big listener base in Sweden,
We do?
I guess.
When you say big, like how many people listen?
Well, no, I don't know how many, but it's a percentage. So it's more than the United. It was like 60-40. So 40% U.S. and then 60% Sweden. So if you're listening to this in Sweden, could you email the show, mac@weeklyact.com?
I mean, is it because there's
and tell me if it's
people?
real. Well, I want to know if it's real people or if it's like some robot or something that's just
fair.
clicking on random podcast. You never know. I don't know why that would be something a robot would do, but
that's very cool. Guten Tag. I think that's German and
that's not
whatever.
I don't
but
know.
they speak German in Switzerland.
I'm sure they speak German in lots of places. I mean, sure, there are people in the United States that speak German. I'm sorry.
Bonjour.
That's not German.
Qu'est-ce que vous voudriez manger quelque chose avec moi?
Is that something?
It's French.
Oh, okay. That sounded like you did. You said French. You spoke French with a German accent somehow.
No, I speak French barely with a French accent. If not, it sounds very American.
Yes.
So I've been told.
You butchered it. You
Yes.
butcher the beautiful
omelette du fromage.
There you go. Yeah, I can just do an impression of the candlestick from Beauty and the Beast.
Please don't.
That's my. No, I'm not. I'm just
joking.
saying that's what.
That's
the extent of my
the closest to a French
right.
accent as you can do.
Yes.
Very
Which is
cute.
not even that. I mean, the original one is not that. He doesn't do like a very thick, impressive one anyway. So it's me doing an impression of him doing an impression. So it's even it's worse. So anyway, but yeah. So maybe ads. Hello Sweden. I don't know what hello is in Swedish. I just imagine like big, like blonde women drinking hot chocolate
out of like a beer sign.
Yeah. Is that all? Is that Swedish?
Sure.
Is that who lives in
Close
Sweden?
enough. I mean, they are
I've just
very
offended
Aryan.
everybody in Sweden, so now nobody's going to listen in Sweden anymore.
They are very fair people. So,
oh yeah, that's true.
The blonde
Yeah.
part is probably at least somewhat true.
There you go.
And there is a fly that lands on your head every 10 seconds.
I know. Bingo's been trying to eat it. It won't die. I thought like it's been more than 3 days, and they say the lifespan of a fly is 3 days. This thing won't die.
So many.
It probably has to do with climate change or something.
There we
They're
go.
living longer.
We're all gonna die.
And just the flies are going to overwhelm
Yes,
the whole thing. So since we've been off, you guys did Rocky.
we did.
How did that go? I didn't go this time.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. If
fucker.
you've seen it once,
But you haven't. You would have got to see my butt if you had gone this time.
damn.
Because I decided the day before that at the end of the show, because I was
Who were
riff-raff. I was riff-raff
Riff-raff,
this
okay.
time. And at the end, when he has a costume change, when he and Magenta come out and they're in different costumes, underneath what they're wearing, I just decided to wear a jockstrap to be
Awesome.
funny because it rides up pretty high. And I flashed the audience 1 or 9 times.
1 or 9.
1 or 9 times.
Awesome.
I got a lot of compliments.
Well, good. Yeah. If you don't know, it's a Shadowcast where you guys acted out while the actual film is playing.
Yeah, the movie plays in the
You
background.
kind of lip sync the movie,
And we lip sync to it,
yeah.
And add in maybe some extra gestures or
Right, your
small
own little-
small things to make it funnier.
Your
but
own
yeah.
little twist, or your
Exactly.
own little spin on it.
And the audience is encouraged to do callbacks and say funny things that go along with the script of the
It's
movie.
almost like if you've ever seen. I think I've already asked you this, or maybe not. Have you ever seen Mystery Science Theater 3000? Do you not know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, never mind. But for you that do, it's kind of like the MST3K treatment. That show, the silhouettes at the bottom, they watch bad movies, make jokes while the movie's playing.
Okay.
With the robots and the little guy. Well, anyways, if people listening know what I'm talking about. So that's what, at the Shadowcast, they'll, what's one that they always say to the narrator? Something about his neck.
Oh, yeah,
That was-
because he's wearing an ascot and it goes all the way up to his jawline.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
just say, it was going to disappear like your fucking neck.
Right, yeah. It's
Yeah.
always about his neck.
The best one.
I think Yasko was him.
Yasko was, and there's a callback that I did from backstage that really hurt his feelings. And it's during a
Like
song,
legitimately hurt his feelings?
Well, yeah, because here's what happened. There's a line in the movie that Janet sings during the song "Touch a Touch" where she says, "I was feeling done in, couldn't win," and then there's a little bit of a space. And when she says "couldn't win," I screamed from the back, "Just like the Astros!"
Yes.
And Kami, his wife, who is Frankenfurt in the show, was standing right next to me and looked at me and said, "He's He's gonna fucking kill you.
Nice. That was a good thing about my week. Last week, the Astros didn't make it. I mean, he can always hang it over my head that they won last year, and the Rangers still haven't. But I still am happy that so it's at least there's still a chance for the Rangers to go back to back. Though the Astros haven't done that yet, so I can hang on to that. So I'll be going for the Red Sox. If anybody's wondering,
I don't actually know who's.
I thought you were going to say I don't actually care. But,
no, I mean,
well, I don't care. You're like, well, I don't care, but also
I don't know who's
Dodgers and Red Sox.
Dodgers and the Red Sox are going to the World Series.
They're playing already.
Oh, okay.
It's game 3 is tonight actually in LA. It's kind of cool because they're two of the oldest franchises.
Yeah.
Class, like the Red Sox from 1901, I think, and then the Dodgers were 1880s, I think.
Oh, wow.
When they used to be in Brooklyn. I can give you a whole lesson here if you want.
No, it's okay.
The reason they're called the Dodgers, that doesn't make any sense.
Are they always dodging bullets?
Well, that makes sense. They weren't always in LA, but when they were in Brooklyn, the people in Brooklyn would have to. There were trolleys that they would have to dodge when they were walking around.
That makes sense.
So they were called the Trolley Dodgers early on. Then they dropped it, and it was just the Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
A lot of teams when they move, it doesn't make like the Lakers, like the LA Lakers.
There's no.
Well, they used to be the Minnesota Lakers. Makes sense.
Okay.
The Utah Jazz. That's a basketball team as well. Utah. What? Jazz? They used to be the New Orleans Jazz.
Okay. That's an actual baseball team?
No,
Jazz?
basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that team.
Really? The Utah Jazz? Yeah. Well, no, it's just weird because they'll move it and then don't change the nickname, which is really makes sense of the city that it was in.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a
what would the Waco Major League whatever team sport be called? Like the Silos?
The Koreshes. The Davidians. Waco Davidians. There's going to be a minor league team here soon. Well, in Belmead.
What?
Yeah, they're trying to Belmead.
Is the armpit of Waco,
right? Well, it's a different city.
It also gets
it's the armpit of
on
Texas
a lot.
Well, there's a lot of trashy
by
people
me mostly.
There. Sorry if you're listening to this and you live in Belmead. You're not trashy, but the other people are.
Or if you are affiliated with La Vega.
That's the school district. It's so weird because we have school districts that are normally a school district is the name of the city it's in, but then we have school districts that are just names.
Just because.
Like La Vega isn't a city, but it's a school district.
And Midway.
Connolly, Midway. Yeah. Even though Belmead, and this is so local, this is not interesting to anyone who doesn't live around here. But, La Vega and Connolly are actually in different cities. They could be Lacey Lakeview ISD and Belmead ISD, actually.
YOLO.
All right. Did you just not know what else to say?
Nope.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, you said the Silos. I did have some ladies from out of town last night. I don't mean I Ubered. I mean I had sex with all of them. No.
Why are you lying? I mean, no one.
No.
I mean, you said you had ladies. Like no one suspected you meant that you had sex with them.
I know. I was. Well, I just said I was lying.
I know, but like before you stated that you had lied.
Well, you should have said you lied before I told you that I was lying. Man, you're
chemistry such a player.
Here, the comedic timing. We got to get better with this. I'm not a player. Get out of here.
Okay.
Anyways, so I picked him up at the backyard, which is a place,
a popular place.
Yeah, it's like a stage. It's like a live music place, and I can't tell if they were just their normal way of being is tipsy or they were tipsy, because like they were like when somebody's a happy drunk, but I don't know. I don't think they were. I think they were just really happy to be in Waco. And it's weird, and I'm so behind the times on traveling and stuff. They rented. I didn't know you could rent a house like a hotel.
Yeah, an Airbnb.
Oh well, fuck. That's what that means. I heard of that. That's what it is. An Airbnb is. Oh
yeah, it's like someone like owns a house and they have a spare room, and instead of paying $79 for like a nice hotel, you can pay like $45 and like stay in
for
someone's house.
Right, with the stench of their body. Probably.
Some people like it, especially if the house is very clean.
Well, I guess you could probably. There's pictures I guess you can look at before you can. You don't just like.
Oh yeah.
It's not like a Craigslist thing, right? I mean,
I've
or maybe
never done
is.
it, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, anyway, so I had to drive him from downtown Waco all the way like past Lacey Lakeview.
Oh, wow.
So probably like 20 minutes is where they were. And it's back in, once you get out there, like going towards west, this is so local again. Yeah. There's not really a lot out there. I'm like, so anyways, they wanted me to guess where they were from. She's like, can you tell that we're not from Texas? There's 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, I could tell. Because y'all are really excited about being here. And so they said, well, guess where we're from. And they didn't have an accent really. So I was like, well, it's probably the Midwest. And so I've had people from South Dakota and North Dakota. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to guess any states that I've already had. So I guess like Kansas and then Illinois. And then for some reason I went, and one of the girls goes, okay, it's a 2-word state. Okay. Which doesn't narrow it down a whole bunch. Because
makes it a little bit easier.
There's a few, yeah. And I don't know why I just said West Virginia. And they lost their shit because that was right.
Oh, wow.
Like they screamed for like 10 continuous seconds that I got it right. I'm like, they're like, how do you know? I'm like, well, I didn't know. I just fucking guessed. But then they gave me a big tip. So after I gave them my big tip. That's a easy. That was
congratulations.
That was low hanging fruit.
We thought
like
we could get
junk.
him. We thought we could get at least one for him in 2018, and we succeeded. People,
yes,
congratulations, Mac.
Thank you. But they were great. I mean, they were funny. They're really into Chip and Joanna, and they were very upset because they go, "Do you know where they live?" I'm like, "Well, I think they live on Highway 6," and they're like, "Yes, that's the address we have." I'm like,
ooh.
"I'm not driving you out there." Well, they weren't. They knew everything because they followed them very closely. But they went to Baylor.
Yeah,
right.
Did they? Did Chip and Joanna go to Baylor?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay. Well,
I didn't actually know that.
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
And they were sad because it was really kind of a interesting coincidence because they were here visiting from West Virginia because they loved Chip and Joanna and they wanted to see stuff. Baylor football was playing in West Virginia, and that's where Chip and Joanna were. They went to that. They went to that game. Isn't that crazy? That was kind of interesting.
Also, that's just
lame.
I don't like Chip and Joanna.
Well,
I'm sorry to be like everything that Mac talks about. So,
well, no, I don't like it either. I don't like them either. I mean, like
that is interesting though.
I know, what a coincidence.
Yeah,
or whatever. Yeah, it's a coincidence or ironic.
They are not the nicest people in the world. Or in Waco.
I mean, they're nice on their TV show because it's their image
so much, yeah.
Well, yeah, and I think we already talked about. I've heard from a lot of people that Chip really doesn't know what he's doing. Like you'll see him demoing something, knocking down a wall, but then anybody could do that. But I try not to do it because, like I told you, I was trying to play nice and have a lot of like local. Places, follow them on social media, have them follow us, and then we trash everything about Waco that they love and stuff. I mean, this isn't on purpose. So if you're one of those people listening to the show and you love Waco, that's fine. We just don't think it's that great. Like, I wish they would. It's not like I hate Waco. It's just that I wish we would just see it for what it is. It's not the best. It's not Austin or wherever. It's not, It's just fine. It's just a mid-sized town. Like, stop trying to make it something it's not. That's all I want.
I agree.
And because they'll always ask, "Are you happy about all the growth and everything?" And I really don't have an opinion because, like, especially Chip and Joanna, I rent an apartment, so I don't care. Like, the homeowners are the ones annoyed with them because of property taxes. So that's what I say. I'm like, well, people with homes and property don't like them, but I don't know. They're just annoying. They're just another renovation show on TV.
Yeah,
there's a million of them.
They were already here and like established, and their show was already going and very popular before I moved to Waco. So I don't know any different.
Well, there was, and you just know Waco as the Chip and Joanna place. I mean, they were around before because I had a friend that lived near. Because they started like very humbly because it's still over there. They reopened it and people flocked to it. They had a small store on Bosque. This is so local again. On Bosque down, do you know?
Yeah.
You ever seen it? It's like, they don't use it anymore, but it says Magnolia on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it.
And that was like their main place, like the realty, and that's her shop or whatever. Mm-hmm. And because it's written in weird letters, and when I would go to my friend's house, I'm like, what the hell is that building? And they're like, oh, that's I don't even remember how they described who it was. They just said it was a real estate place. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I kind of filed it in my memory. And then when it came on, and I'm like, holy shit, that was that little shitty place, and now it's a
Oh, it's huge.
now she's like Paula Deen without the N word.
Oh, not publicly anyway.
Well, yeah.
She does go to Antioch, so who knows?
Oh no, I thought I thought you were saying Paula Deen didn't say that publicly.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't, but it's been made public.
Right. Yeah. She said it
Yeah.
in her one of the restaurants she had, I think. They do go to Antioch? That's a cult.
Yeah.
I know. No, I know. I know I'm not realizing it. I'm just and again, these are anybody listening locally, it probably goes to that and they're going to be like, "Oh, these godless heathens," but it's weird, man.
I'm not a godless heathen. I'm a
That's
godless
what
Jew.
Yeah.
There's a fucking difference.
You're a Jesusless Jew because they didn't believe in Jesus. Well, they didn't believe Jesus was the Son of God.
Mazel tov.
Well, I'd have to teach. I teach religion and history, like all the religions, like
So,
the history of them.
It comes up.
Yeah.
I actually had a meeting at Antioch yesterday morning.
Are you one of them now? Yes.
Yes. Short story. Yes.
Long story.
Long
it's too
story.
long to
They saw my.
Did you give it a lobotomy?
They saw that my name was David Starr, and they dunked me in the water.
Well,
and I came out feeling
they cured you of your Jewishness.
They cured me
because that's it's wrong.
My nose is much smaller. My hair is not as dark.
Right, you're circumcised now and all that. Sorry, did I go too far?
You had that backwards. Jews are circumcised.
Okay, now you're not circumcised.
There you go.
Okay, somehow they.
If they could somehow do that, I would say, oh, praise Jesus. If they could somehow like uncircumcise me, I would just be so happy with that.
Ugh, I shouldn't have brought it up.
Maybe
Now we're talking about it too much. I don't care. Well, I don't know. I think. Yeah, I guess I don't know. If I never was, well, okay, forget it. I don't want.
You haven't speculated.
I don't want to talk about it.
I have very serious opinions about this, but it's probably too serious for the show, so I'm not going to get into it.
I mean, you mean like where it's not the kid's choice, basically,
exactly,
yeah, to have it or not. Well, I mean, it's not really,
and that there's not a serious, legitimate reason in modern times.
Modern times, right? It used to be it could get dirty.
Yeah.
Or you could get infections and stuff like that, but not now. I mean, with running water and
there you go.
Soap.
And soap that's available. Who knew?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess just because it looks weird if it's not, because it's like a turtleneck. I don't know. Because I watch a lot of porn. And I'm
Same.
like, But I guess you don't know. You only notice it when it's, well, forget it. Okay.
I like it all.
Yeah.
And maybe not to get too much. Uncut cock is fun to play with.
Oh! What are you, gay?
I mean, you tell me.
The silence was the best part of that. But you're like, wait, really?
I mean, last night.
Oh, right. You were gay last night?
I was gay last night. I went to bed gay. I woke up gay.
I was in bed gay. I did gay things.
Ate gaily.
I think I'm going to turn it. You're going to make me into a homophobe, I think.
Ouch.
I'm just kidding.
Is it that bad?
No, I'm kidding. And just you, by the way. I just hate
me.
this gay person. That's it. No other gays except
this
Randy.
Fucking fag. Can't fucking stand his ass.
No, you're the best.
Melissa Etheridge, you're good.
Yes. And Chaz Bono. That's the only one I can think of.
He's straight.
Oh, but they're transgender.
He's trans, but he is.
Isn't that all the same? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Good save.
Because I know people will be like, "Whoa, it's all it's all gay shit." Anyway, so
would you like to hear some celebrity news?
Sure. Let's get out of this fucking whatever
the stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
All right, so
this is Randy's new thing here. His segment.
I'm going to bring up two celebrity stories that we have previously mentioned a little bit.
I bet I know one of them.
Yeah, about Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande breaking up.
Right.
Yes,
and he also has a giant dick.
And
to
he
relate it to what we were talking about. I don't know if he's circumcised or not.
It always comes back to dick.
Yes.
I also don't know if he's circumcised or not.
That's your next assignment.
There, I'm gonna find out.
All right.
I have to fly up to New York and figure it out
when you
myself.
Find out,
God damn it!
When you come back, you're like, "Don't ask me how."
I'm gonna take a selfie
or
with
any
it.
of the way with it, just in the background.
Okay, it won't be in the back.
It'll be the most of the picture probably. Anyways, what do you got? Don't start with the Pete Davidson one. I need to forget first.
recently, Mac Miller, who was Ariana Grande's ex-boyfriend, tragically passed away. He was a musician. I don't know if you're familiar with any of his work.
Yes. No, I mean, I just know who he was.
No, he was. I did not. I knew he was a person. I did not know any of his music. And that's not a shame. I just saying I didn't know.
Did you know he was a musician?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you knew he was like a celebrity that was he was a musician.
Yes,
okay.
But I did not know that he and Ariana Grande were together.
She likes the opposite. She's just like opposites attract. Yeah. That's like the textbook definition, because she's
definitely.
I mean, like, you know,
she's dated
girl, and and then she dates like kind of rough. Just kind of,
and there's been a very like wide spectrum of the guys that she's dated publicly.
Oh, really? She doesn't have a type, so it's not just the tattooed, or that is her type.
No, I mean there's doesn't seem to be a set type. I mean, I could see if you saw like similarities between like Pete Davidson and Mac Miller a little bit, but to me they don't look that much alike. Well, just because they're white and they have tattoos.
Well, no, I don't think they look alike, but I mean that type, like. I don't know if they're a bad boy or whatever, but just kind of I don't know.
I get what you mean.
Wiggerish. I don't know. Are we allowed to say that anymore?
It's touching the line. You're tiptoeing towards it.
Toeing the line.
But apparently Mac Miller, was having issues with Ariana being publicly in this relationship with Pete Davidson.
Oh.
And
his name's Davidson, all right? You keep saying Davidson.
I said Davidson.
All right, sorry. Carry on.
And allegedly, Pete Davidson sent him explicit photos of he and Ariana together to make sure to be like, hey, she's mine now. Get the fuck away. And that allegedly was part of why he started doing drugs again, which he then overdosed and died on. And
wow, I didn't think Pete was that kind of a guy.
I mean,
I know that's alleged. All this is allegedly.
It's alleged. I
hope not. That's so shitty.
That is a really shitty thing. And if that's true, I lost a little bit of respect for him.
Well, I mean, I could, breaking up with a girlfriend or a boyfriend is, I mean, I don't have a take its toll on you. So, I mean, he's really down about it. I wonder if it's part in, like, it's a little column A, you know what I'm saying? Like, or is it just losing Ariana Grande?
I mean, I don't know.
Because, I mean, like, it was, how long? March to October?
I mean, it was quick. It was
the whole,
the entire
from beginning
thing.
to end.
Yeah,
man, I hope not, because I don't think. Can you ever get rid of that guilt? I mean, and again, so if it's all true and it pushed him to drugs again, man, that would be hard to live with.
It's
like
tough.
If it's real.
And allegedly, they're no longer speaking. Ariana and
Pete Davidson.
Yeah,
wow.
Apparently, like they've changed their numbers and blocked each other specifically because they don't want to talk anymore.
Wow. They kept saying, I kept reading stuff where they were like, well, there's a chance they could reconcile and eventually get back together. She just said the love of her life is her pig, by the way. Today or yesterday or whenever.
And adorable.
Ouch.
So,
anyway.
And the other thing is what we talked about very, very quickly is the beef between Lana Del Rey and Azalea Banks.
Which one's Azalea Banks?
Azalea Banks. So you know Lana Del Rey.
Right.
Will you still love me when I'm no longer? And Azalea Banks is not super famous. She's a very talented singer and rapper.
Not Iggy Azalea.
Not Iggy Azalea.
Sorry, okay.
Azalea
I was thinking,
Banks.
Okay. She's not, because Iggy Azalea is the white lady from Australia that's a rapper.
Yes.
Right?
Not her, though.
Okay. Well, I know. So this lady is...
Azalea Banks. She is also a rapper.
Is she from Australia?
No.
Is she white?
She's black.
Black and American.
And American.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, so Lana...
USA. Sorry.
So, because last time I didn't know the full story, I know it a little bit better now.
Okay.
Lana Del Rey was very critical of Kanye West coming out and being in support of President Trump.
Got it.
And, called him a narcissist and said, you're a fucking child because... And that she basically called Kanye an idiot. And before this, if I'm knowing this correctly, Lana Del Rey and Azalea Banks were, if not friends, they were at least cordial.
Okay.
They were at least nice publicly. And Azalea...
Do either one of them have anything to do with Kanye personally?
I mean, no, just that Lana Del Rey saw that he was supportive of Trump and she was
Was it after he went to the White House?
No, this was... It was close to the time.
Okay.
I don't know if it was before or after, but it was around that time. Anyway, she was like, "You stupid." Lana Del Rey was about Kanye. You're a fucking dumbass and you're a narcissist. And Azalea clapped back and was rude and said some shit about Lana Del Rey that was just like, "You're stupid for calling him stupid." And Lana says to Azalea Banks, this is the tweet: "You know the address. Pull up anytime. Say it to my face. But if I were you, I wouldn't." This is what Lana Del Rey says to Azalea Banks. Azalea Banks responds about 2 hours later. It says, "Where's that pull up tweet? I'm talking to my lawyer now." Lana Del Rey says, "Tell him it's a promise, not a threat." I won't fucking not fuck you up.
Oh God. I mean, so now is it just them fighting with each other?
Yes.
Does she support Trump?
Azalea Banks? Okay, here's the thing.
She just doesn't want anybody talking bad about Kanye.
I think it's probably the latter.
Okay.
And my thing is, I wish I knew Azalea Banks primarily because of her music. Mm-hmm. But literally, I couldn't sing you or rap you any of her music because the only thing I know her from is from the beefs that she gets in with people.
Oh, okay.
Because she's had a beef with anybody and everybody, because I think that's the only way that she can actually stay relevant, because while she's talented, she's not that talented.
Does she have
she's the Mel Gibson of like female rappers.
Oh.
All right. Like, you may have a modicum of talent, but it's like you're better known in the public eye for just being an asshole.
Is she the one that had like one? What was her like one hit? 212.
Azalea Banks?
Yeah. Is it her?
I don't know. That's the thing. I could not tell you her music. I've heard other people tell me that it's really good, and good for her. I hope that she's doing well with her music. But like, she said extremely like racist things against Middle Eastern people, and I'm not talking about and I'm not talking about like criticizing Muslims. I mean, like, she said sand N-word about Zayn Malik.
All right. Yeah. I think I do know who this is, because what all I do is watch countdown videos on YouTube. And Azalea Banks was on one, like the top 10 celebrities who have like not fallen from grace, but it's like that are their own worst enemy.
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of thing.
She absolutely is.
And she was this 212 song. I've heard it actually. Like when they played it underneath when they were talking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard that song. Mm-hmm. But like they're basically saying what she's like. If she would stick to music, she'd probably be okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily one that thinks that people like if you're an athlete or a musician or an actor that you can't use your platform to talk about other things.
Yeah, not at all.
But this is just bullshit. Like,
there's a difference between like standing up for what you believe in and like only being out there to like be combative for just to hold on to it and just to be combative.
Just a shit starter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh well.
Anyway, those are my two celebrity bits for
bits. Two bits.
My celebrity bits.
That's what we'll call it. Celebrity bits.
Celebrity bits. That's the name of
this
segment.
With Rando. No, Rando's a random guy, just a random dude. With Ran the Man.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's better.
Well, that's your Twitter or your something handle.
That's my Instagram.
Insta handle. Well, and that's the other thing. When you were talking about that, reminded me like starting shit. I should have mentioned this when we were talking about politics, but I wish that people would stop on both sides. There's this trend, and then we could talk about the bombs too.
Fuck.
But this trend of both sides where they attack politicians eating at dinner.
Oh, good.
Well, okay. Well,
I think we'll disagree on this one.
We'll agree to disagree. No. I'm saying they're awful. The ones that I mean, like, because Ted Cruz just got one like recently, but it's just like it doesn't to me. It doesn't look good. Like.
It's not good PR. I can admit that.
Well, you don't like the job you don't like what they're doing at the job that they have. Like at the end of the day, they're still people and they go home, and I don't know. I just would rather see them if you're gonna say something, do it while they're at work. Like protest while they're at work at their office. Don't bother them. Because they still deserve. I mean, I can understand if they were calling for, I don't know, violent. Well, I don't know. Some of them do. I don't think Ted Cruz is calling for violence or anything. But I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look good because then it's like, to me, that's like the lowest, like sinking to their level almost. I don't know. I mean, I understand people are so passionate about something that they just can't not do it.
Yeah.
But both sides.
And
I wish they would.
Here's where I draw the line. I have no sympathy for you.
For me?
No, for like you, the royal you.
The collective
for you as a politician, if you are voting to like take people's health care away,
you're right.
And if you're voting against the constituents that you allegedly support, and I know, there's differing opinions on like, what does that mean, being against them? But like, if you're giving tax cuts to the wealthy and like putting that burden on the middle and lower class, I have no sympathy for you when you get booed out of a restaurant. Yeah. Because while you're getting booed out of a restaurant, Barack and Michelle Obama are having a bomb delivered to their house. Yeah. And so is Cory Booker and Maxine Waters.
The Clintons, CNN. Robert
De Niro.
Anybody that was, vocally like a Democrat or against Trump.
And there are kids being separated from their families at the border.
Yeah.
And again, I have no sympathy for you. You getting shamed out of a restaurant, Mitch McConnell.
That was the most recent one. It was Mitch McConnell.
Because you're a fucking asshole and you have no morals. I don't have sympathy for you.
Well, and that's where I understand. I understand where the line is blurred because a politician, their job is what they believe in their life.
Yeah.
Too. So I mean, I get it because if this were like booing athletes while they're trying to eat, I mean, what they do in the sport is not like necessarily who they are as a I mean, that's not the same. So I understand the politician thing because the decisions they make are based on their own personal beliefs, morals, and things like that.
Like, again, if just to talk back into celebrity bits, if Mel Gibson walked into my restaurant, me as a Jew,
right,
and he walked into my restaurant, I'd say, hey, like, don't fucking eat here.
I reserve the right to refuse service to anybody.
Exactly. If I as a gay person can be kicked out of a restaurant just because I'm gay and that's okay, then guess fucking what, Ted Cruz, Zodiac killer, you can't eat pizza at my Jewish bakery.
Yeah.
Because I make
Does he not like Jews?
No, I'm just like saying me as a liberal, like,
oh, you,
like,
that's your, yeah. In the metaphor,
I'm the restaurateur.
Owner.
Yes, because I know anything about starting a business.
Yeah. No, wait, you started with Mel Gibson and you ended with Ted Cruz.
I'm just throwing out examples.
Oh, okay. All the men you hate.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And
all the white men you hate.
And the other thing, maybe kind of celebrity bits, is a video. It's from a while back now, maybe about a year ago, of Patti LuPone, and she's being interviewed on a red carpet. I
don't know who Patti LuPone is.
You don't know who Patti LuPone is?
Oh, I know who Patti LaBelle is. Is that
not Patti LaBelle? She's also amazing. I love
Okay.
Patti LaBelle. Patti LuPone, she's like a Broadway singer, and she's great. You would recognize her.
Okay.
She's an amazing singer, and she's Hello Dolly on Broadway right now. It was Bette Midler, it's Bette Midler now, and it was Patti LuPone at one point. But she was on a red carpet somewhere, and the interview asked, why should President Trump why should President Trump come see your show? And she goes, well, I hope he doesn't, because I won't perform if he does.
Wow.
And he said, really? And she goes, really? And he says, oh, well, why not? She goes, because I hate the motherfucker, that's why.
Well,
and I'm like, yes, Patty, yes.
I don't know. And then people will say how dare anybody disrespect the president and all this stuff.
Fuck off.
Well, no, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I mean,
no, not you, them.
But it's like, and I was listening. One more thing about politics. I've just gotten so political as I'm old, 34 on Monday.
You're
on
so
past,
old.
I know I might as well be dead. Well, nah, maybe not. But they were saying because with the bombs, Trump. He did have a press conference where he said, we don't encourage all this stuff. But then the first person to say something was Pence, and then he just retweeted it and stuff. And it wasn't even being said; it was tweeted. Like, that's, I don't understand. Like, why? Well, I mean, I guess if he didn't release his tax returns, and he doesn't disinvest, no, whatever it is,
Disavow
from his businesses. What is it?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Disinvest. That's not right. Not be a part of his,
There you go.
Then why? Because why would they take away his Twitter? I was like, the president shouldn't be tweeting. Why does he?
Exactly.
Why is he tweeting? But I guess if he's going to do all that, then he's not going to stop tweeting. I don't like. I know that's the world we live in, but I mean that's more of like tweens and high school kids. That's how they do it. The president shouldn't be commenting on a thing like this
Exactly.
on Twitter. Like, it's just so weird.
And here's the thing. 2 things.
Okay, like 4 or 5
yeah,
things.
so like a million things.
Yeah.
So many people are saying he's the president, don't disrespect him. I will show him the exact same amount of respect that he showed President Obama, calling him an immigrant from another country and saying all the horrible things. And the same, like, I'll show him the same amount of respect that all you fucking rednecks showed our first black president.
Right.
And 2, say what you want about Obama, his policies or his opinions or his views, one thing or the other. He had so much more fucking class than this orange clown.
Yeah.
Than this fucking Cheeto in chief is what I call him.
Cheeto in chief,
The Cheeto
nice.
in chief.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And so I have no qualms because I would at least have a little bit of respect for the man and what he did if he at least had some fucking class. But even then, he doesn't.
Right.
Like, I would still...
even if he's going against your political beliefs, but if he did it in, like, any other way...
Like,
I know.
Like Mitt Romney, I didn't like Mitt Romney. At least he had some class.
Yeah?
He was cordial. He
Right.
wasn't a fucking asshole.
Right. He was so bland, though.
He was kind of sexy, though.
Well, no, he was like because we were talking about, you were talking about your man political crushes and stuff. Like, Beto looks like a cool, like, he was kind of like how Obama was cool, like down to earth. He's older because he's he's not like a young kid, but he's still kind of hip in a way.
Yeah.
Romney was like, like JFK kind of
Yeah.
hands, like the politician.
Yes.
That in that way. So I get what you're saying. They had a different look about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not a Republican, but every other Republican president has been better than this.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
like,
making Nixon look good. You know what I mean? I mean,
it's
he's
close.
making. No, he hasn't made. I don't mean he's made Nixon look good because Nixon still, did all that shit. But
yeah,
at least if he was
zero chill.
Yeah, right. I love when they have Nixon's head on Futurama. Do you ever watch Futurama or no? Not really.
I
know it's not on anymore.
No, it's not on anymore. I watched it some as a kid, but I really don't remember Futurama that
You should give it another shot.
Of course.
But they were all heads in jars.
I remember that.
That
I
was
do
the
remember.
thing, yeah.
I remember his head being in a jar, but I don't remember any of his like lines.
Well,
or
he
his...
was the president of Earth, because in the future it's Earth president.
Oh, okay.
And somehow, I guess you can, because it's not president of the United States, so he could run again, and my fellow Earthicans, like they're called Earthicans and stuff. So, yeah, it's I don't know, I don't get it. But anyway, so you were talking about Bette Midler before.
Yes.
I didn't realize because it's getting to be Halloween. Halloween's next week.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
It's so sexy,
wasn't it? And a movie that I liked from my childhood, I did not realize, because nostalgia is a big thing now. 90s stuff is, all this. I didn't realize, because I liked this movie a lot when I was a kid. Hocus Pocus is like, people fucking love it.
It's a big deal.
Well, no, I like it too, but I was like, oh, this is just some like, it wasn't one of Disney's biggest hits,
yeah.
But I was like, I kind of thought, I'm like, oh, this is just some movie from when I was a kid that some people know about or whatever. They had it's the anniversary this year.
It's the 25th anniversary.
On one of those channels that aren't like like Freeform or something.
Yeah.
They had like a big celebration where it was like they reenacted a lot of the stuff, like the when she sings "I Put a Spell on You." They there was a whole almost like a bride. She wasn't there. None of them, the cast was there, but they did a whole production, and like it was a whole
cool.
like hour. They interviewed, I don't know, like people involved. It would have been nice, I guess, if Bette Midler was there or any of them were there. But I don't know. It was crazy. I just couldn't. I was like, whoa, what? Like this little movie that I used to watch when I was a kid.
I think Hocus Pocus is probably so popular for the same reason that Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas is so popular, that it's just got a built-in calendar date.
Yeah.
That once it gets to be a certain time of year, people are going to like it because it's like, it's a family Halloween movie.
Right.
It's a Halloween movie without it being scary.
Right.
Yeah.
Or gory or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Although Yasko's kid, I don't know if you know this about like why she didn't watch Hocus Pocus for the longest, or why Yasko's daughter was so scared of Hocus Pocus.
No.
Because they turned the boy into a cat.
Oh, that is the scariest part. You're
but
right.
Recently she started watching it again and she loves it.
Well, his kid sees like demons and stuff.
Exactly.
So like that's the scary part for her.
Exactly. And she's over it now.
Yeah.
And they're going to be.
He used to tell me, like, he would say stuff at school and then his wife would write stuff on Facebook. I'm like, this is the fucking creepiest thing I've ever heard. And it's not even the first. I mean, nor it's, like kids and animals, like sense demonic.
Yeah.
Like if Bingo ever. Oh, he's asleep. If he ever just started barking at a wall, I'm like, I got to move.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Nope, I'm not going to fuck with this. I'm not terribly religious, but like in those movies where people are like, whatever, this demon, I don't give a shit. I'm like, whoa, don't. Did you ever see the first Paranormal Activity?
No.
So, it's always the stupid guy.
Yeah.
He's like,
was he white?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
He was a douche. He was like, I'm not going to let this demon push me around. I'm not going to, so he started antagonizing it and stuff. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I don't know for sure if any of that's true, but I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to tempt fate because then when it is, then they're going to, Anyway.
Are you scared of ghosts? Do you think ghosts are real? Or ghosts and demons or whatever? Are you scared of the paranormal?
Can I answer? What was the
question?
Are you?
Are you scared of the paranormal?
Yeah. That's more, like, like the Saw movies, those aren't really, they're not that scary. I mean, they're gross, but they're not like scary, but yeah, stuff that like we don't know for sure about. I mean, like a slasher movie, yeah, that's not a pleasant movie. Like it can be scary, like jump scares and stuff. But stuff like that, yeah, it'll like. There was one. This isn't supernatural. Well, are aliens supernatural? No. Supernatural is ghosts and demons.
Science fiction. That's where I would draw.
Oh, okay.
That's where I would make the distinction.
Ghosts can be science fiction. We don't know if they're real or not.
That's true.
So many subcategories. We had to get a nerd in here to set the record. Yeah. So am I. But there was this movie called, and I don't know if I told you before, I've only had like a certain amount of stories, and I recycle them. But there's a movie called The Fourth Kind with Mila Jovovich was in it.
Oh, okay.
She was in Resident Evil, I think,
and Fifth Element.
Right.
Yeah, I know Mila Jovovich.
Well, see, you gotta look. Most of the time, I say that it's for everyone else.
Oh,
so don't take it personal. So
no.
You're like, yes. I mean, I'm at the end of Parks and Rec, and Billy Eichner is on there now, and I was like, it's like Randy.
Ouch.
I mean, no. I mean, like you're not the where he yells and gets all upset all the time, but it's just like the passion.
Okay.
Just passion. Like not you are passionate just like him, but it's just.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
But watch yourself, McCoy.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's weird. He has like a lazy eye in it, though. It bothers me. I'm like, what's wrong with his eye? I don't know if he's just doing it. I don't know if he's doing it just for that. Because when I watch like Billy, on like Billy on the Street, he doesn't have that, does he? Or maybe I just never noticed.
I don't know. I mean, you say that now, and I can realize that, but I don't think I've seen it anywhere else. I do like Parks and Rec, and I like him on Parks and Rec. I like Craig.
His just. I like where he works for. This is how you know it's time to end the show when we start talking about shows.
Yep.
But no, I do have one more thing. But I like when he's Tom's wine guy or whatever, and he has to audition basically, and he's nice, and he goes in the other room, and then he yells and stuff.
Why would they drink the Riesling with the fish?
Right? Yeah. See, there you go. I thought Billy Eichner was here.
Wow.
No.
Time to
what
reassess my entire life. Mila Jovovich in The Fourth Kind.
The Fourth Kind freaked me out because it was kind of a like a found footage thing. I mean, it was real. Like, it wasn't reenacted. It wasn't like Blair Witch where it's supposed to look like found footage. They had this lady. Okay. So there's a psychologist in Alaska. There started to be a lot more suicides. And she found that they were all similar. They all were seeing the same thing or having the same nightmares and all this stuff. And she's trying to figure out what it was. And she found out that they'd all been abducted. You don't know at this point about, air quotes, abducted by aliens and stuff. And they'd been all fucked up when they got back because they just couldn't sleep. And they were just... And then so... I mean, there's some pretty, like... intense, like one guy freaks out and he like shoots himself in front of his wife and kids and all this stuff. So that's kind of unsettling. But then she keeps investigating and stuff. And then they show, footage from like when she recorded some of her sessions in real life. This actual psychologist, people like she puts them in. She kind of does hypnosis with them, and they come out just screaming. And so, and then she like gets abducted one night. Like she thinks it's a dream, but then she sees like on her wood floor, like her drag marks from her, like her trying not to be.
Shit.
And then she's going back to listen to some of her sessions, like on her tape recorder, and all of a sudden it starts like this weird demonic. And they find out it's I only know this because I'm a history teacher, but the voice is speaking Sumerian, which is a language that hasn't existed in thousands of years. And they find the one guy in the world that studies it and can tell them what it is, and it's just like. And they found out that everybody that was abducted saw like a white owl outside their window before they were abducted, and then she saw one, and then I couldn't sleep. Like where I lived before, there's a window by my bed, and there's a tree outside, and I'm like, if I fucking see an owl out there, I will shit my pants and have a heart attack at the same time, probably.
And the translation of the Sumerian was never gonna give.
Yeah, right. They were rickrolled. Yes.
Could you imagine?
That would be perfect in one of the scary movies if they parodied that, and that's what it was.
Yes.
It was just rickrolled. But I didn't sleep that night. Like it really, because like, and it doesn't do it justice to tell you, but the real footage, the real unsettling, people screaming. They showed. I mean, this one I don't know for sure if it happened because it was in the movie, but. Like somebody like started convulsing and started like twisting and like broke their back from like all this. It was just an unsettling movie.
Ooh.
So I guess science fiction and supernatural are the ones that will scare me.
So
Because like the demon stuff that I'm like, no, I'm not.
So is that like
demons.
the movie that fucked you up? Like the scary movie that fucked you up?
You mean like yeah. Are you saying I'm fucked up, or are you just saying like,
no? I'm just like that.
Like that
specific
made me
movie.
who I am today.
Like just
that was the one, that I saw and I couldn't sleep, and it just stayed with me for a few days.
Okay,
because like even like I said, slasher movies, like Hostel and Saw, like those are gross, but it doesn't make me, like
Mine is the movie The Strangers.
Oh, is that the home invasion one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing is, yes. And that one,
is that the one in the woods?
Yes. And they're wearing masks.
Right. The real aren't they just like no features on the mask? Right?
Exactly.
They're just
like one is like a burlap sack.
Oh yeah.
And the other one is just like
it's like a scarecrow kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean they're fairly innocuous like masks, but what they're doing is pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And I literally when I watched that with my mom when I was in high school, and the house that we lived in was like kind of secluded. There were a lot of windows where people could see in, but we couldn't see out.
Right. Yeah.
And we stood back to back in the kitchen with knives for a little while after it was done.
Well, no, I mean, I understand those like things that could actually happen.
Yeah.
Like those are pretty scary.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like that kind of psychological, or like even not necessarily like psychological thrills, or not necessarily horror movies, but like I don't know. You remember Swim Fan?
No,
where she was like a crazy, or like Misery. Have you ever seen that with Kathy Bates?
I love that movie.
That's a Stephen King one. It's not like a normal horror Stephen King one, but like she's nuts. Like it's that's one of my favorite ones though.
There are a lot of really good like Stephen King novel adaptations to movies that turned out to be very good from like the 90s.
For all the ones that aren't, because there was a lot that weren't. And I mean, it's not any fault of Stephen King. It's usually the director, whoever adapts it, does a poor job. Because I know, like, he was not happy with The Shining, and I think we've talked about this already. But it's really, most people will just consider the book and the movie are different.
Yeah,
like you enjoy them separately. Like if you try to put it with the movie, it's not going to work. So you enjoy the book, and then I mean they're similar because they're hotels. It's the same thing. But just enjoy them separately. They're kind of separate things.
And the portrayal of Shelley Duvall's character in the movie is nothing like the wife in the book.
Right.
She's way less hateable. She's
in the book. She's less hateable.
She's much more likable in the book.
Yeah.
And she's like not a total like wet rag.
Yeah.
And pushover.
I know Shelley Duvall is just a mess. The whole. I mean, I understand. Your husband's crazy.
I wouldn't be able to hold it together.
Yeah.
I'd be a mess too.
Yeah. But sometimes you're just like, will you just fucking kill her?
Yeah, a little bit. Have you seen Rosemary's Baby?
I've never seen that one, actually.
Okay. I never thought I would laugh so much at a horror movie than when I saw a group of like, I mean, today's standards they'd be baby movers, but this movie came out in the 60s, so a bunch of like 80 and 90-year-olds going "Hail Satan!" Like I never thought that would make me laugh so much.
I've never seen it, but yeah, I know the movie now. I mean, yes. I know the plot and everything because I've seen clips like at the end of it. It's pretty.
It cannot be.
Yeah, it's very.
What did you do to his eyes?
It's very
Hail
unsettling.
Satan!
Yeah, very unsettling. You're right. That one.
I mean, it wasn't unsettling for me. I laughed. It was a good movie, but then just that one part.
You mean because it was probably made in the '60s, so it's a little. The acting's a little cheesy. Is that what you mean?
I mean, just that one part.
Oh, just the one part. Okay.
I mean, the movie, by and large, to me, was really good. It was just that end part that I was just like,
right. You're like, oh man, why did you take me out of it? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is not a horror movie, but it's really unsettling movie to watch. Another Jack Nicholson, like when he's getting. Have you ever seen One Flew Over the
not.
Oh, okay.
I know that's Jack Nicholson though.
Yeah, he's in an insane asylum and all this stuff. Danny DeVito, so young he has hair.
Oh wow!
Like all of his hair. Like normal. I just thought he always just had it on the sides like forever.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even when I've seen him in the 70s, he doesn't have hair. Yeah. Because this was like 67 or 68, I think. The other, what was the other Stephen King one that's he didn't like?
Tommyknockers, I love, and Storm of the Century.
Tommyknockers. I don't think I've seen that one.
You don't know Tommyknockers?
What about the Langoliers?
I don't even think I've heard that word before.
I've never even heard that word. No, I haven't seen that.
Tommyknockers is good. I couldn't tell you the name of the two actors in it off the top of my head, but they are. That one's good for me.
But I like the classic ones too. I know they're. I mean, like Psycho, the original, is still really good. Like just the. I mean, forget about that it's a slasher. Well, I guess I mean, they only kill one person. Well, no, he kills a couple people, but it's just so well. Hitchcock just directed it so well. Yeah. I mean, it's just this very less is more kind of. And plus, I mean, Anthony Perkins was just. I mean, he's so nice, but then you're like, what's up with him? One of my favorite scenes is when she first gets there and he makes her a sandwich. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Oh, fuck, man! You acted like you saw it. Don't leave me.
I mean,
on.
I know things
don't
about.
Leave me on.
Don't leave me on.
Well,
there are things that I know about Psycho, but I don't. Like I know Norman Bates, and I know the kind of story behind it, and I know Bates
the twist
Motel.
at the end.
Yeah, and I know that it's.
Oh, don't tell anybody in case they don't know.
The movie came out in the 60s.
Some people may not have seen it, man. They're like, oh, 60s horror movie. It's got to be. But anyway, one of my favorite parts, because Anthony Perkins is a really good actor, I think. And there's a part where she's just checked in. He made her a sandwich, and they're just talking in the office, and he's got these really creepy owls, like he stuffs out, like he's like.
Was it a white owl?
It was not. But so they're just talking, and he starts talking about his mom, and then she says like, well, why don't you just because he's real happy when he's talking about his mom at first, and then when she says he says all the things he does, and she's like, well, I can't remember her line, like, why do you always do everything for your mom, or why does she always make you do all this, or something not positive, and his face just, he's like, well, because he's happy, and then she says all that stuff, he's like, well, a boy's best friend is his mother. But I mean, his attitude, like that's the moment where the split personality is like, all right,
I'm gonna kill this bitch,
right? Yeah, but it's just so, I don't know, it's just so good because there's no music playing, there's no score. It's just them talking, and he just is not happy with that question. All right, anyway, like I said, whenever we start talking about movies or TV shows, it's time to go.
It is time.
So let's get some old fucking outro music going.
All right.
It's not good when I say what I'm doing. It's much better when it just happens, like I have a person producing this. I'm producing it, but barely. So, you got any...
Yes, come see a production of the musical Once, Waco Civic Theater, November 9th through November 18th. You can see me...
Are you in that?
I am in that.
That's right.
You can see me as the dad or the bank manager, depending on which night you come.
Whoa, dual roles.
Oh.
But not at the same time.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, on the same night. I am playing it. I'm playing both characters on the same night because they don't have scenes together, so it's good.
Okay, perfect.
And you'll see me singing and playing guitar and dancing a lot.
You play the guitar?
I'm getting paid to play the guitar. Yeah.
No, I didn't know you.
Oh yeah,
you play the guitar?
Yeah, I played since I was 11.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah, 15 years.
That's how long we've known each other, and I didn't know that. Okay. And then you could see both of us probably in the radio show coming up soon in a month, I guess. Well, yeah, a month.
A month-ish.
Yeah,
it's the end of October.
Because it's usually when did we do it? Like the second week of December,
something like that. Yeah. So in like the next 6 weeks or so.
Yep, I think we're doing It's a Wonderful Life. I think that's what she said. Hopefully, I love doing that. I don't like being I would never get lead on anything because I'm not a leading man. But even if I did, I wouldn't want to. I like a bunch of characters, a bunch of side characters. That's my favorite thing.
Me too.
It's more fun to do that. Because if you're just kind of, we'll leave that to all the good-looking guys. Well, you could be a leading man.
Thank you.
Like last year, it was who was in
Paul?
It was Paul, right? In
what a jerk.
Yeah, he is a jerk. No, he's a nice guy.
It's Paul and Jack.
No, but what did we do last?
Miracle on 34th and
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol, yeah.
And they were leads in both, respectively.
Yeah.
So, other than that, have a safe, happy Halloween. I don't know if people even trick or treat anymore. And hopefully we'll be back in a timely fashion. So if we're going to keep with our trend, we won't see you till November 26th. But no, I think we should get back to the middle of the month. That's a good.
Sounds good.
That's a good middle part.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man.
Peace.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for listening. Right here on the Weekly Act. See ya.
That was awesome.
Thanks for listening to the Weekly Yak.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
Check us out at weeklyyak.com. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Lighthouses rule.
And subscribe to us on iTunes.
Keep looking up, because that's where it all is.